Hello and welcome back to the Aphotic Zone. This is my psychic ability spell. I did this spell in collaboration with the Orisha Eleggua, and I just wanted to show you all this spell, show you all how I did this spell, as well as let you all know that spells like this can be done with Eleggua as blockbusters and road openers, which not a lot of people know. So let's go ahead and get into the spell. Okay, so again, this is my psychic ability spell, and basically the way that I did this spell with Eleggua was I ultimately used the intention to bust any blockages that are affecting me from being able to utilize and experience my psychic gifts at full capacity and to open my psychic gifts up as a whole, all of my psychic gifts. So the herbal element I used was I used orange pills, bay leaves, sage, catnip, I believe. Was it catnip? No, I'm sorry, not catnip. Chamomile. I used sea salt, black pepper, and what else did I use? I'm trying to look on the plate and see. I think that may have been it. I think I already said sage, so yeah. Other elements that I used was selenite. I used some moonstone, and this is raw moonstone that I found outside in nature. I used some hair. I used some hair, and I also used some eggshells. Oh, and I also used this real starfish. Oh, and I also used some Palo Santo shreds, if you can see them, as well as some candles, of course. Oh, and I also used this real starfish. So now I'm just going to talk about my use of all of the elements that I listed. Other people will have different uses for these elements, but I specifically use the selenite to amplify the elements of the spell as a whole. So for every element that I charge, I basically see the selenite as boosting the energies that were already input into that. And I believe selenite has psychic uses of its own on its own. So the moonstone, I actually got a dream from, I believe, Yemaya a few years ago, and she basically was telling me that moonstone would help me activate and come into my psychic and intuitive gifts more. So that's what I use the moonstone for. The moonstone also has other purposes. You can look them up. I use the orange pills to open those roads and bust those blockages. I use the sage to purify and consecrate my psychic spaces. I use sea salt for protection as well as black pepper, and sea salt again to amplify the elements of the spell, all of the elements of the spell. I use my hair just so it can have a little extra part of me. Using your hair is not necessary. I used chamomile. My guides heavily wanted me to use chamomile to enhance my psychic and intuitive gifts. So I use that for that. I use Palo Santo as an additional cleansing element because I believe that the more energetic elements that you add to a spell, the more efficiently it may manifest, or even the more impact it may have. So that's what I use that for. I use the eggshells again to purify. I used the bay leaves for general psychic enhancement and amplification as well. So that is pretty much my use of all of these herbs. I can't remember what I charged them as verbatim, but I wanted to make sure that I had everything. When you're doing any type of working, you want to make sure that you go in with a protective element. That should be your prerequisite for any spell before, having any other elements. Like if you're doing a psychic spell or a love spell, protection should be number one. So that's what I use that for. I also, especially when I'm doing road openers and block bustings, I also really like to use cleansing and purification elements, just to, get those energies and attachments out of the way that could be hindering me from manifesting what it is that I'm wanting. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the purpose of the starfish. So the starfish is associated with divine feminine energy, and one of the aspects of, well, two of the aspects of divine feminine energy is intuitive and psychic ability. And intuition and psychic ability are not the same thing. I do want to clarify that. But yes, those are two aspects of divine feminine energy. So my intention with using the starfish was to use it to activate the energies of the spell and to be its own individual addition, being that, it comes from the water. Of course, water is associated with divine feminine energy. And I just felt like it would, again, be a good addition to the spell. So, yeah, I used the petition paper. Well, this is actually not a petition paper. There is a petition written on the back of these two papers that I put together and sealed in the middle. But I actually did a script, and I pretty much scripted out how I wanted this to manifest. And I tried to be as detailed as possible. And on the back of these two scripts, I wrote my name 7 times. 7 is a number that governs divine feminine energy and the spiritual realm, although other numbers can be associated with divine feminine energy, and numbers in general are spiritual, are connected to spirituality. But yes, I use the number 7. You can use whatever number resonates most with you. But I also made sure that I use 7 candles as well. And I think I did something. Yeah, I used the wax to seal this in the middle. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this spell. Again, I just want to let you all know, a lot of people think that road openers and block bustings have to be only for money, or only, in general, with something dealing with the earthly realm. But I just wanted to make this video to show you all the spell and let you all know that you can indeed specialize your road openers and block bustings for whatever you want them to be, as long as it's okay with whoever you're working with and your mandalas. And you can indeed do conjures like this with Eleggua. You can do them with Eleggua, you can do them with Yemaya, you could possibly do them with other deities and orishas, but those are the two that I know for certain you can do these conjures with. Sorry about the microwave. But I also wanted to show you all this cloth as well. Let me put this cap down. Okay, so this is a cloth that I actually got from Walmart, as you can see. And I think they're called like reusable hand towels or something. But these are really good for gree-grees. And what I intend to do with my next psychic enhancement spell, not this one, but what I intend to do is take this spell, of course, take off the, sorry, I'm trying to get the map right. Okay. Of course, take off the candles and, well, the tints for them. And what you're going to do is pretty much you can fold this up at both corners. I'm holding the phone with my hand, or just fold it up as best as you can. Make sure, you know, nothing falls out as much as possible. And fold it up enough to where all of the ingredients are contained inside your paper. Or if you're doing it on paper, if you're not doing it on paper, you can simply just put the elements in the gree with the petition, the charged elements. Make sure you charge your herbs too. And you can pretty much tie this up. You know, make sure you cleanse it and things like that. And you can use it as a gree. You can feed it so that, you know, it remains charged and activated. And you can sleep with it. You can wear it with you while you're on the go, and pretty much just have it with you. Just have it with you whenever you need it, or whenever you're, you know, trying to just pretty much use it like a wearable spell, basically. So yeah, I just wanted to show you all that, but that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and if so, be sure to share, comment, and like if you like. Peace.